What's up YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of Life of a Jobbing Plumber. In today's episode we've got a mixture of 3 jobs, so stick around the whole episode. You might learn something, or you might learn by my mistakes, who knows. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, it really helps push the video out to the algorithm, and subscribe if you haven't done already. It's absolutely free. Catch you on the next one. So this is what we're looking at. Only the tiniest little patch on the ceiling, but it's wet. The customer says it is slightly getting bigger. No pressure loss really on the boiler. There's the boiler itself in the airing cupboard. Pipe cord does drop straight down into the floorboards below. And that leak is roughly where my foot is after measuring downstairs and transferring it upstairs. So we're going to get this carpet up and the boards and see what's what. Some of these boards have been up before, so we'll take them ones up first, obviously. There she is. Judging by the colour of the pipe and the fact it's next to a 22mm copper, I'm going to say that's the cold main and it's got a pinhole in. Loads of room next to them cables as well. But I've got a speed fit coupling here, and that's onto grey HEP. At least there'll be a bit of movement in. So obviously get the water shut off first. Thankfully there's been a lot of boards upon this job, so I've just whipped up the existing ones. I was going to use the press gun, but I'm never going to get that in there, even though I decided to bring it upstairs anyway. So yeah, probably going to be 2 speed fit couplings. This is where you cut your arms to shreds on splinters and all sorts of rubbish. And the pipe slice doesn't cut through fast as quick as you want it to. So I always keep a speed fit cap end ready just in case there is any water still left in the pipe, which was on this case. Get a towel under there as well. I'm going to try and disconnect it from that coupling like so. And hold that up with a screwdriver to stop any water coming out. And that's the leak there. Just see the green crust. And when you look down inside the pipe, you're not sure how much it's picking up on the camera, but there's those little knobbly bits. No idea what causes this. If you know, let me know in the comments. And that's what I'm going to be putting in. It's a bit rough and ready, but get the pipe cleaned up, obviously. Even though it's speed fit, you want it nice and clean. It's the water back on now. What is going on with this toilet seat? It's the wrong shape. Test everything. Check everything's dry. We've got to put our boards back down and become a carpet fitter. You have to be multi-skilled being a plumber. Just on that last one there, I absolutely hate going to jobs like I've got a leak coming through a ceiling, because trying to schedule jobs around that are a nightmare. Thankfully that one weren't too bad, because again, carpet floor, proper floorboards you can take up. Most of them had already been took up and accessible, but some of them are not accessible. You have to go through the ceiling below. That also makes it harder work most of the time. So does anyone else hate them type of jobs where you just can't book things around it? And what do you do if you get one of them?
You sneaky little sausage.
So I'm back at this one. We changed the plate on back to change, ow, my head, not my head, to change that leaking AAV. I've got the replacement part now, I had to order it in. It's this here. Oh, the part number for anyone who needs it. 45 quid. 45 quid. What a joke. So yeah, we'll get this drained down now. Christ, I thought I only did that the other day. That's what I smacked my head on. Bloody sore now. That knocked some sense into me though, eh? Having an O-ring on it. Shouldn't need anything else on it, but I'm going to wrap a couple of runs of PTFE around it. Belts and braces and all that, can't do any damage. You'd think there should be a fibre washer on that flat. Give it a dry off, but I didn't like how that tightened up then. It all of a sudden went tight. I'm sure there should be a washer on that. We'll find out in a minute, eh? Open it up to bleed any air. Close the drain off. Open the pump vent up as well. Fill her up. Gingerly. Seems alright. Turn it on though, and then check again. Let's try and clear the air. I'm going to put this in minimum mode on the central heating. So both temperature controls down to 0. And then from 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Does that make sense? That's the minimum. If you want it in max, you turn that right the way up. That will be a max one. So I'm trying to clear the air, so we'll run it in minimum for a bit. I've just noticed the PRV on this comes down, across, and up into the attic. But the original PRV is still in place, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Personally, I'd have teed it into the condensate with a hot and tundish. Yeah, never mind. Back off again, just alter the hot temperature wherever the hell you want. I'll do. Job's a good one. Next. Right, so this next one we're going to is a leak on a toilet from the pan connector, but it's all built in. It's been a frame built around and then tiled. It's a plastic cistern, but it bolts to the toilet traditionally with wing nuts underneath, not a flush pipe into the back of the toilet. So taking the toilet out is not really an option. It's into a straight pan connector now, straight into some soil pipe, which is, the soil pipe is approximately 6 inches long. So my plan is to try and cut that pipe down and get this in. Now this on its own is still too long, this flexible pan connector. Flex pan connector. It's the shortest one McAlpine or Plumbase had in stock. So I have just took the end off, which if you just keep pulling and pulling and pulling, extending the hose out like that, it eventually will pop off. Can't remember which way around it goes, so this is a great start. So my plan is to at least cut that off in half to gain me an extra 1.5 inches. Still might not work, but we'll see. Catch you when I get in there. But right now, I have no idea whether this will even work. This is the job in question. At one time, this bathroom would have been beautiful. Hello. But obviously not anymore. And the leak is coming from the toilet, as I've said. But this is the access we've got. Take you down underneath. There's the pan connector what's leaking. And there's the wing nuts onto the cistern. So either way, it's not going to be an easy task, this. Loads of space, as you can see. It's one of them jobs you wish you'd never seen. Tiled right round the toilet as well, nice tight up to it. I'm just going to cut this off about here to get a shorter length. I learnt this trick off Smart Pipe. Then that's hopefully how much I'll need it extending. Just trying to make it as short as possible. Yeah, it still might be too long. So that's just all pushed back together now. You just literally, it keeps clicking in. I might be able to gain another 10mm if I shorten that. Shorten this piece as well. Cut that 10mm off. Might be able to gain another 10. We'll see what we can do with it the way it is. Bit of a think about this. Can't even get the pan connector through the hole. Plan C, D and E. Fucking hell. Oh my god, it won't go short enough anyway. I can't even turn it inside there, so it looks like it's gonna have to be water off and take the toilet out. So we just started dismantling the handle, which sounds a ball ache because this isn't you know, it's homemade rubbish. It's galvanised, so it's started to rust. I was going to get undo the cistern and lift it up out of the way so I can pull the toilet forward, but I can't get to this left-hand wing nut. So we've resorted to cutting down this edge completely right the way down through the plywood, and we're going to try and pull, we're going to try and pull this off with a crowbar, pull the wall plugs out, just completely remove that section, or I'm going to have to cut again down here. Customer's making all these decisions, I'm just doing it. Well, it kind of came out. I'm not putting this back in. Just got to cut this shorter now and plug that back in. And customer wanted the toilet, the handle that way around. I wanted it a bit lower, but never mind. New pan connector in, new fibre washer on that. Yeah. Should back up and push your block of wood under it really, because whoever's done it last time just chopped out this floorboard and you can't skewer it to anything. And look at the state of it, it's pissed. Obviously you couldn't see that when the cover was on. Apologies for the lack of content on that one. It's Friday afternoon. It was an emergency call out, and I told them that an emergency call out for me is only to make safe. I've got another one, emergency landlord's check, to do next, and I didn't really have time to start hacking away at the tiles and woodwork, but anyway, we've got it done. It's a mess. What would you have done in this situation? Hope you enjoyed this episode, guys and girls. If you like the jobbing jobs, let me know. If you like the boiler swap jobs, let me know. If you like the variety, let me know. And I'll try and accommodate to everybody's needs. If you haven't liked it, then why not? And I'll catch you on the next one. where I'm going to be installing a boiler that I thought had been discontinued.